Hi guys, this is MaxCave360 here for another quick review of a controller. In this case, the PlayStation 4 DualShock 4 controller. I remember doing sort of a quick hands-on of this little one about, how long was it? 2, 3, 4 weeks ago? 2 months ago? Maybe 3? Time flies by. I've been reviewing a ton of these unlicensed PlayStation 4 controllers. I mean, I've done the Lrego. I've also done the wired DualShock controller. The wired one, which is pretty similar. The only difference is that the wired one, obviously, despite looking like a wireless one, needs to be attached through your USB to work. But that's not the focus. The focus is the actual DualShock 4, the legit, well, quote-unquote legit DualShock 4, which is the unofficial PlayStation 4 wireless controller. And to be fair, and to be fair to the rest, to all the rest of them, to be fair to all the ones that I've tried, I guess it's fair to say that I've found the perfect one. Arguably the best unofficial controller. No joke, I feel like I'm going to end my series of reviews with this one because this one is the ultimate as far as unlicensed controllers go. I mean, you will not find anything better than this one. That's it, I've said. I mean, you might as well log off right here. But for that, I am going to do a quick rundown, obviously. I mean, the DualShock 4, which, as far as I can tell, this is the model CUH ZCT1E. Apparently, this is some sort of unbranded. The developer, according to the seller, this was produced by 12Max. I'm sure there are a ton, and I mean literally a ton of other producers, but as far as I can tell, who produced this was a company called 12Max. I chose specifically the green camo because it's clearly the most popular, and I like it too. As far as touch goes, I mean, it is barely indistinguishable from your typical regular PlayStation 4 controller I'm holding on, and I just accidentally switched on the PlayStation 4. Of course, why not? Just give me a sec. This button is way too sensible, by the way. There we go. But, as always, I'm just going to do a quick rundown because that's always important to note. I mean, there's nothing much to it. I mean, it's exactly the same as the other controllers. You know, you got your typical cross, circle, triangle, and square buttons. You got your options button right here. The share button, an actual touchpad that works. The home button, the dual analog sticks, and, of course, the digital sticks. Triggers over here. And, of course, you plug the USB port right here to charge. I mean, this apparently version of the DualShock 4 does work out of the box. I don't think there's even any firmware to this one, unlike the Lrego, which Lrego originally required the firmware update. Not sure about this one. I mean, as far as feel goes, this plays exactly as the genuine wireless controller. I mean, to a T. I mean, response times are fairly good. I mean, you can, as far as being an unlicensed product, this really is head and shoulders above, well, the others that I've played, and sadly my previous gold standard, the Lrego controller. So, I mean, on and on, I played a ton of games, a lot of sports games, a lot of action games, a lot of role-playing games, a lot of games that require touch. So far, it matches up quite well with the performance of your average wired DualShock controller. Sorry, wireless. And to be fair, when you want to shop for something, if you really want a spare controller, a 20 euros plus shipping, it's a steal. It's basically, that's it. Basically, I really have nothing else to say. It's arguably the perfect alternative for your average DualShock controller. There are a couple of minor hiccups. I mean, you can argue that the USB charger that comes with is maybe a little too small. I did run on a couple of connectivity issues. I've noticed that even when the controller is linked to the console, it will occasionally, for whatever reason, stop working, even though it's turned on. But usually that can be quickly fixed by long pressing the button until it shuts down, then connecting it again. It usually works after that. Battery life is kind of random. I say random because I still don't have 100% of feel. On first inspection, it seems to last a little bit more than your standard DualShock controller. But I've had days where maybe the battery runs out in 2 days, sometimes 3, but maybe overall, well, this one certainly after like 3 days of use is like, whatever, it's gone. There's no battery, there's no juice left in here. This one, on the other hand, depending on the usage, it seems to run maybe a little more than the others. But I don't know, it could be just me. Maybe depending on your usage, your mileage may vary. So apart from those little hiccups, I think this is clearly a worthwhile investment. It is, like I said before, it is literally the best unofficial controller. I mean, this one is really good too. I mean, I always liked the Lrego one, even despite the fact that it's wired. Now, I've noticed that the buttons really are starting to lose it, and I've had this controller for like 2 years now. But it's really starting to show its age. I mean, the wired DualShock controller is great, but like I said, I mean, this touchpad doesn't really work. This is just a lazy home button. If you don't have a cable, this is basically a paperweight. So, as far as I'm concerned, I really don't need to say anything more. If you want a really good, cheap alternative to the DualShock 4, just go with the wireless DualShock 4. I think I have nothing to say. I really have nothing more to say. And this is the way I go out. Because I really don't feel the need to search for other controllers, unofficial, out there. I think I've really found exactly what I was looking for, and to be frank, I'm very happy with it. And should you put some money down on this, I'll tell you, right now it's a really good investment. So, major, and I mean just major thumbs up from whoever developed this unofficial controller. And, well, that's all I had to say. This is Max KD 360 signing off, and like always, I let my hands do all the talking.